Hello, everyone. I am your host, Stephen Rufner.
And I'm your co-host, Chris Rosenbaum, and welcome to today's TME. And
Chris,
yes,
I would give you a high five if I could see you right now.
I know it's kind of like talking to a wall, isn't it? But
Oh, goodness.
you know what though? We want to say as you're tuning in, thank you so much for joining us today. And you're probably wondering why Stephen and I have a rift between us. Well, you'll find out soon enough.
I was mad.
Well, it's
No,
okay.
that wasn't the reason, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
As are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to
But ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. And that is an encouragement to me, Stephen, because you know why? Because the Bible really gives an emphasis here about how God is our heavenly Father, and I love how God uses the word Abba, which in that culture, in Jewish culture, was a very endearing term that like a child would call out to their dad. So it's like a young child calling out and saying, "Dad, Dad." That's what Abba means culturally. And so this tells us that God is not some distant being who has no care for the daily things of our lives. No, God is a personal God. He wants to go through life with you, and he wants you to rely on him, because if you have received salvation, you are a child of God.
Yeah. What I really enjoy is seeing, it reminds us for as many as are led by the Spirit of God. If you've trusted in Jesus Christ, his Holy Spirit is now in your life to guide you. Think of it just as any other good father is someone who's going to lead their family, their kids, give them direction. God has not left us on this earth just to figure things out on our own. He's given us his word and he's given us the Holy Spirit to give us the strength and conviction to continue in which he's called us to.
Absolutely. So find your encouragement in realizing that you are not alone. If you know the Lord as your Savior, God is with you. And
That
so we talk about that a little bit, but you know what, Stephen? I think our conversation for today kind of has to deal with things that we kind of did on our own that may not have been the smartest of decisions.
I was thinking almost all of these things, if my dad knew, they would have ended up being a conversation with my dad. So
Yeah, yeah,
here's to you, Dad, finding out some things that we're calling this conversation. Don't do this, but when I was a teenager. And we
yeah.
would love to hear from you guys, maybe after you hear a couple of our example stories, something that you might have done that you would say, don't do this, but this did happen to me.
And sure, they make for fun stories, but again, we want to just emphasize: do not do these things at
Do not.
home. They make for great stories later, sure, but these are not things that you necessarily want to try or replicate. These are just fun little one-off things. So, Stephen, why don't you start us off with something? Now, I know we're kind of saying, don't do this, but when I was a teenager, but I think we're not necessarily just limiting this to when we were teenagers, right?
No, no, you can go pretty much anytime, I'd
Okay, good,
say.
because I have some stories that would seem very interesting if it were in the context of me having done them as a teenager. Anyway, what's something that you got?
Sorry, I can't tell from any physical clues because I can't see you. This is so weird. The first one that I had was don't do this, but when I was a teenager, I jumped off of a moving golf cart.
Oh,
And I learned very quickly that other people followed my example. There was like four of us guys on a golf cart, and I thought, I wonder if I could beat the golf cart to the location because the golf cart had to follow the road, and you could just run across a stretch of grass that was a lot shorter. And so I braced and I just jumped off of this 12-mile-per-hour moving vehicle. And I didn't understand physics at the time, but apparently, if you just jump off, your body is still like moving in the same speed as the golf cart was, and my feet were not emotionally or physically prepared to do that. And so
feet
my
are not
feet hit the
emotionally
ground
prepared.
and then my
I
face hit
love
the
that.
ground, and yeah, so I learned that was painful, and I looked up and I saw the two other teenagers jump out and tried the exact same thing, and they did it much better than I did, which I felt kind of bad for myself. I was a bit embarrassed, but
So Stephen, when are your feet emotionally prepared? That's my question.
whenever I have not been sleep deprived.
Oh man. Okay, that is an interesting story. I don't think I have any story about like jumping off from one thing like that. I was always too afraid to do stuff like that growing up.
Well, I remember you told me a story of you removed a ladder from your bunk bed. This wasn't you, but you removed the ladder from your bunk bed.
Okay, so this is me being just downright evil. Okay, so Actually, you reminded me of that. I didn't even have this one written down, but there was one night. So my brother and I, when we were real young, we used to share a bunk bed. We had a room together, and I was on the bottom bunk and he was on the top bunk. And there was one night he would not let me sleep. My brother was notorious for wanting to stay up late and wanting to play with, just whatever toys he could try to sneak into his bed. And so I got tired of it and I waited till the moment he fell asleep. And when I knew that he was asleep, because I could hear him snoring, I quietly got up. I quietly removed his ladder that helped him get to and from his bed. And then I just set it on the other side of the room. And then I went to sleep. Now, that next morning, I had to get ready for school. And I always get up earlier than my brother did. Um, so I get up, I'm getting ready, and I'm brushing my teeth. And as I'm getting myself ready, all of a sudden, from my room, I hear a loud bang, followed by the crying of my brother. And I'm not gonna lie, I was so satisfied with myself. It was terrible. I shouldn't have done it. But I will say it was very interesting. My mother came in and asked what had happened. And when she found out what had happened, she started busting out laughing. And at that point, I thought, man, I actually got away with this. And so maybe it was something I shouldn't have done. But I will say this, I found out that if you fall from a ladder, you can hear it throughout the house. It was quite an interesting thing. But my brother did recover, thankfully. He was fine. He just kind of, landed on his backside a little bit, but he was okay. He was okay. Everything's fine.
Oh goodness. You know it's a good day if you're able to get your mom laugh from your own shenanigans.
That did not happen often growing up. I will be honest with you. There were some things that I did that were just downright ridiculous.
Mm.
How about you again, Steven? Do you have any other stories?
Um, I was not very careful about which clothes belonged to me. And so there was one time
Oh no.
I decided to go frog gigging with one of my best friends at the time. And so I put on a pair of jeans and went out to his house. And there were a couple of ponds out there in August, and there were these really big bullfrogs. So we were going out there having a good time, and I was getting ready to jump at a particular frog when out of nowhere this snake jumps out and grabs the frog first, and we're like, "Huh, I think that's a cottonmouth." So we were done after that point, but that was beside the point. We got up in the morning, and I get home, and I grab the pair of pants, and I realize these aren't my pair of pants. These are my brother's. These are my brother's brand new jeans that he just got like a month ago. And I just took them and went through swamps for hours and hours in his brand new jeans. Uh, say the least, I think he still holds that against me. So the moral of the story is don't take your brother's jeans if you're gonna go do something that gets messy.
Or else he might take your ladder off of your bunk bed in the middle of the night.
Yes, something like that.
Okay, I've got to be honest here, Steven. I'm kind of interested in the fact that you are more concerned in that story with the fact that you were wearing your brother's jeans than the fact that you almost got bitten by a highly poisonous snake.
Well, I mean, one you can recover from. I guess both you can recover
I'm
from.
about to say that is a
You'll be
very,
fine.
very
Yeah.
relative statement there, my friend.
It's okay. It's okay. The guardian angels were working overtime. We were fine. They just wanted to show us it's time to go to bed. So,
That is interesting,
yeah.
though.
Ironically, my friend's brother was also named Paul, and he wanted to go out with us, and we were being a little bit rude, but we wanted to do it just by ourselves, and so we were intentionally joking about snakes like all throughout the night, to try to spook him. And then we actually got spooked by a snake. I was like, all right, that's our sign to get out of here.
You have a
So
lot of snake stories, don't you?
that's the only snake story I can think of.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
but
thankfully I don't have any snake stories because I know if I had a snake story, I wouldn't be alive to tell about it.
mm,
But that's just me.
yeah,
I'm not that brave.
yeah.
But
If you don't have any snake stories, you have any other critter stories?
not necessarily critter stories, but you talk about things. I mentioned that I wasn't really brave. Well, there was something that I wasn't really brave in either. And I actually tell this message, tell this story a lot when I go out and preach, and because it's a very interesting story that happened to me. But when I was really little, I used to live in Ohio, and in Ohio, when it snows, it snows. And so there was one particular winter, my dad and I, It had snowed all the night before, and we were out playing in the snow, and it had snowed so much, Stephen, that actually the snow would kind of pile up on the roof of the house, and then it would fall down when it got too heavy and kind of come out the sides. And it had done that all the night long. And so my dad and I were out playing in the snow, and I'm excited. We're having a great time. And he says, Chris, I got to go inside and take care of some things. I'll let you keep playing out here, but don't go in the deep part of that snow. And he points over to where the snow had piled up on top of the roof and then would fall off. And, because I was like 6 or 7 at the time, I was not very big. And so he's telling me, don't go do this thing. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And so I wait till my dad goes inside. And when I noticed that he couldn't see me anymore, I'm like, I've got to try this out. So I go over and I get both feet in the snow, and I'm like having the time of my life. It was going up past my waist, and I'm thinking, this is just the coolest thing in the world. And I was like, okay, well, I got to move out of here, because if my dad comes out and sees that I disobeyed him, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. So I'm trying to move my legs out to get out from under the snow, but my legs aren't moving, and I realized I'm not going anywhere.
You realize why he said not to do that.
Yeah. And so I am quite literally dealing with the fact that I'm stuck in the snow and I'm getting scared to death. And I start banging on the side of the house to try and get my dad's attention, because at this point I'm like, I got to get out of here or else I'm going to die. And I forgot that I was standing underneath where the roof of the house was, where the snow was piling up. And so as I'm banging on the side of the house, more snow falls on top of me. Now I'm covered up to my chest in snow. And I'm like, that's it.
I'm getting buried.
I'm dead. It's been a good run, good 6, 7 years. I don't know. It's been nice. And so I'm thinking it's like all gonna be over. My dad did eventually come out and get me, but I was scared to death about that.
You don't know what was more scarier, being buried alive or meeting your father's wrath.
Yeah, I had to take my chances, but I knew I could recover from a spanking.
Yeah. Well, I'll share one more story and then we'll jump to the next thing.
Okay.
Last one I remember, I was with my cousins and we were helping my grandpa light the garbage on fire. That was just something out there. They
That
have
sounds
they,
fun.
yeah, it is fun because the thing that's really cool about it, you're not allowed to do it anywhere else. But where my grandparents lived, they were out in the country where to drive to the nearest dump was like 30 minutes. So they just had this trash heap that they would just light on fire. Um, and it was really cool because all the ashes would blow up into the air and would just float away. It was probably really dangerous, but it was really cool. So my cousins and I were just playing around with it when a couple of them got some sticks and thought, oh, let's light the sticks on fire. So they got the tips of them nice and hot, and I was just sitting enjoying the fire when unknown to me, one of them held the stick over my head, and the top part that was on fire fell on my head. And during that time frame, if I remember correctly, I wore a lot of like hair product,
Oh no.
and so my hair just was getting ready to like whoosh. And so I wasn't aware until the moment that I have all of my cousins start beating me on the head to put out the
You're
fire.
wondering, why are you getting jumped?
Yeah. So, and they're all screaming to hit me on the head. And so I finally look at it like when they stop, I'm like, what happened? And like, we may or may not have lit you on fire. So that's how I remember it. So the moral of the story is don't play with fire, especially over someone else's head when they have a lot of hair product.
I love how you attach a moral to your story every time. I think it's just you've just had a much more genuinely like interesting childhood than mine. Your stories are like, yep, almost got bit by a snake, but the worst part, I was wearing my brother's pants. And oh yeah, I got my head caught on fire, but the worst part was that I got jumped by my cousins in the middle of it. Me, I got stuck in snow. Like,
Well, you were also a child, like a toddler. So
that
that's
is
not
true.
technically a
That is
teenager,
true. There were some
but
pretty interesting things about teenager life, but
yeah. Well, if you want to, go ahead and you can drop in a couple of the stories that you would recommend passing down your wisdom to the next generation of don't do this, but when I was a teenager, and we would love to read some of those. We won't read them on here probably, but we would love to read them. So, well, let's go ahead and
absolutely.
move on to the next game. Chris, would you like to explain what's about to happen?
Okay, I think I get the gist of this game. Steven, you were telling me about it a while ago. And from what I understand, we have each collected a box of just different items that we have stored in our box, correct?
Yes, I have a box over here as well.
And the goal of the game is to pick out an item from the box, and then I'm going to say that I'm holding such and such item. Now, I could say the item that I'm actually holding, or I could say it's something else. And then your goal is to ask me questions about my item or ask me to do something with it to try and guess, is he actually telling the truth, or what kind of item is he actually holding?
That is correct. So we can take maybe like three, like we're allowed to ask like three questions or requests of what you can do with the item, and then at the end we both have to decide whether we believe the person was lying or telling the truth.
Okay, okay.
So that sound like a good way to do it?
That sounds like a good way to do it.
Okay. So let me go ahead and pick
All right.
my first
I'm
item.
gonna take
I-
my first item out of the box right now.
Hmm.
Hey, you don't have the live stream up over there somewhere, do you? To see on the camera?
What is it?
You don't have the live stream up on your phone over there or something, do you?
No, I
I
don't.
turned mine
Do
off,
you?
so I can't see. I thought because that's what you call screen cheating.
Yeah, we're not doing that. It's okay. Nathan is the judge. He can check
Yeah.
whether or
Did you
not.
ever have problems with people screen cheating when you were a kid?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's when you when you're playing splits, like when you're playing Minecraft and you're like, oh man, let me find your diamonds, and it's like, oh, you're screen cheating.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
All right, I've selected my first item.
okay, so have I.
Okay. I have selected an engagement ring.
That's such an emotional item to pick up. Okay, I am currently holding a gaming controller.
Okay. Do
All
you
right.
want to ask the first question?
Okay, can you tap your ring on the table?
Sure.
That gave me nothing. That gave me absolutely.
Here, I'll do it a couple more times.
I feel like that sounds so much bigger than a ring.
It might be, it might not be.
Like, how big is your engagement ring? Or, yeah. Anyway, okay.
Well, I mean, guys don't get engagement rings, so
You know what I meant, like the one you would have
All right,
got.
I
But
would like
ask me a
for
question.
you. All right. I would like for you to let's see if it's the type of controller I'm suspecting.
The-
Can you grab like the little, like a section of it and just like to jiggle left and right?
Any section?
Um, you know, well,
Okay,
no, that because
I
that
got you,
yeah,
I
that
got
would
you.
be
I
that
know
wouldn't
what
be
you want,
fair.
I
All
know
right,
what you want.
can you drop it from like 1 foot onto the table?
Okay.
That was a lot heavier than I was. Did you include your hand in that?
No, I held the item up and I let it go.
Okay. Okay. All right, your turn. Your
Okay.
question.
Do this for me. Can you slide your item across the table?
Sure.
That is not an engagement ring. That is too big to be a ring. There's no way. That is such a large whoosh that just happened.
I don't
There's no
know.
way.
Okay. What is it that you could do with a gaming thing? I should have watched more people on how they did this before doing this. Um, I'm gonna ask the same question. Can you slide it?
You want me to slide it? Okay.
Actually, no, 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 no. I'm gonna just check. Can you shake it for me?
You want me to shake it?
Shake it.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Okay. Item is shaking.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Your last one.
Last question. Um, can you? Oh, this sound. It's not going to make any noise just in your hands. Um, can
If
you?
I could cup the item in my hand and see if you hear that. Why am I helping you? I'm sorry.
Actually, you know what? Do me a favor. Actually, that it'll be telling. Shake your item.
Okay.
No noise. Wait, no. Do that again. That is so not a ring. That is so not a ring.
All right. Man, what else can you do with your item that I don't want to break? Oops. Oh goodness. What else can you do with it? Um,
There's lots I can do with it, Steven. Just ask.
go ahead and try to slide it.
Slide it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll be gracious and I'll slide it along this side.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's,
All right.
oh, I put marks on it. That's wild. All right.
So
I do not think
I
you're
oh,
holding a ring.
I accuse you of telling the truth that it
Okay.
is the controller, and I imagine it sounds like it's controllers.
Um, I will tell you this. It is just just one controller. So
Oh,
you are correct.
okay.
I'll give you bonus points. Can you tell what kind of controller it is?
That sounded really heavy. So I don't think you have it connected to your screen. So I don't think it's a Nintendo Switch. I'm gonna guess it's a PlayStation 2.
No, Xbox.
Which one?
Xbox.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's an Xbox controller. Okay.
All right.
I am going to say that you are not telling me the truth.
Okay.
That is in fact not an engagement ring. Oh, you No way. What is that?
It's an engagement ring.
That ain't that that ain't no engagement ring. That's a size 37 toe ring, my friend.
All right. That just got weird. All right. Let's go ahead and choose our next items then.
Okay, next item, next item, next item.
Right.
Okay.
Um,
Actually, let's go for this one. Let's go for this one. I like this one. Ooh, you can probably already hear stuff.
it's okay. I have like you're hearing a bunch of my different items, so
Okay. I
okay, I picked my item.
okay. I am holding a maraca.
Okay. And I am holding a fake plant.
See, now I don't know what to think with yours because you were like engagement ring, and that thing is like ready to fit a wrist. Um. Okay.
I can go first.
Okay. Yeah, you go first. What do you want me
Alright,
to do?
can you please shake your item aggressively? That's not a maraca. That's like that's like a Pringles can with stuff still in it.
No,
All right,
hold on,
you
hold
go
on,
ahead.
hold on. Okay, okay. What do you say you're holding again?
I'm holding a fake plant.
Okay. Can you take the plant side of your plant and kind of pass it along the table, kind of like roll it?
Sure.
See, I don't know. That could be like a succulent or something, but like succulents are so fragile.
Those
You
are
can't.
plants. I
What's
said
that?
fake plant.
Oh, I got that. That would be true. Well, if it was a fake succulent, then you wouldn't have to worry
Succulent,
about it
you look at
breaking.
them the wrong way, they die.
Okay. What's your next question?
All right. Um, can you roll your item for
You
me?
me to roll it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, that's not a maraca. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Um, I want you to tap your item on the table, but do it from multiple points of contact on the table.
Okay.
Like use different parts of the item.
Sure, can do.
Oh, see, now I'm starting to believe you a little bit there. That sounded kind of convincing.
Okay.
Okay, 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 okay. Try one more on me.
All right. Um, can you tap your item with your fingers all around it?
All around it. Kind of like a
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
okay. And one more.
Yeah.
Um, can you can you brush your hand alongside multiple parts of your item?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good.
All
I
right.
like it.
You want to go first?
Yep. I want to say you're telling me the truth. It's probably like a toy plant thing.
It is a fake plant. You are right.
Hey, nice.
I do promise my wife does know that I borrowed this. All right. I accuse you of lying. I think that is not a maraca.
Yeah, you'd be right.
I called it a Pringles can. No way. I got it.
right away. I was like, this is crazy.
Okay. All right. Do we have time for two or one more?
Yeah, one or two more. We'll see.
Okay.
Let's try here. I have chosen my item.
All right. I have chosen my item.
I am holding a can of body spray.
Okay. I am holding a CPR mask.
See, you had to hesitate on that, so you're obviously not telling me the truth.
We'll see.
Unless you're trying to fake me out, which I wouldn't put it past you. Okay. Um, can you so you have a CPR mask?
Yeah.
Can you pull your item from different sections? Like
Sure.
taking like your two hands and pulling them apart. Oh, do it again. Oh. Oh.
Okay. What did you say your item was again?
A can of body spray.
Okay. Would you shake that for me, please?
Okay. You hear that?
No.
Neither can I.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Do you want me to do something else to it?
Um, no, just
Okay.
shaking it. That gives me enough info.
Okay. Okay. Um, let's see here. So, can you Okay, can you throw your item on the table? Like, don't just set it down, but kind of like give it a good toss on the table.
Sure.
That was your hand.
No, it wasn't. What?
You brought your hand with that item. One more time. That CPR, if it is a CPR mask, it's got a dummy head attached to it. 100%. There's no way it wouldn't.
Well, we never did specify if you. We only said one item at a time. So
If that ain't no CPR mask. That's two elastic bands attached to a brick.
CPR, we're bringing back to life through fear. All right. So I asked you to shake it. All right. Can you roll your item across the table?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah,
Do you need more?
that's good.
All right. Now take your item, toss it up, and catch it.
Okay. Oh,
Oh, I'm not looking. I felt it hit my ankle, but I'm not looking. Do you have it?
I just see your foot.
Uh,
1 second. I got it.
okay, I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Okay.
Okay, Stephen, for sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and say you're obviously not telling me the truth.
You think what?
For sake of time, I'm just going to go ahead and say you're not telling me the truth.
Well, unfortunately, you'd be wrong. It is a CPR mask.
Have you what you've been telling me the truth this entire time, but from like really weird perspectives. That's a CPR man. Oh,
Yeah.
you know,
CPR mask.
Stephen,
Yes.
I have days where it's not my brightest moment. You said I'm it's just now registering in my mind that you said CPR mask.
What did you think I said?
I was thinking COVID mask.
That would explain
So I
a
didn't
little bit.
expect it to have so much weight to it.
That would be the craziest mask ever.
Hmm.
Oh goodness. All right. So, you rolled yours, you shook yours. I'm gonna say, because it didn't have like a swish swish sound, but it could be empty. All right. I'm gonna just go ahead and say you are telling the truth.
And you would be correct.
Yes. Oh, I do see it. Is it empty?
No, it's not empty. It's about half full. It's just it's so I don't know. I thought I would be able to hear it, but it's not there. But
Interesting.
it's a scent that uses lavender, black teakwood, and mahogany.
That sounds very gentlemanly.
Yeah, I
Well,
like it.
anyways, we hope you have enjoyed this time. Maybe you can try this game out at your youth group or some other event like that. Just a quick reminder, we have in a couple of weeks our Youth Workers Conference going to be going on here. That's March 12th through 14th. And that is for all those who work with youth or children. If you are interested in just deepening some of your skills to help you reach these kids, this event is for you.
Absolutely. And so thank you all so much for joining us. Remember that God is your Abba. He wants to be close to you. So draw near to him. And we thank you so much for joining us today. Share this on your Facebook page with the hashtag TME. We'd love to get this out to as many people as possible. And always remember, God loves you.
So go share that love with others.
Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. God bless you. Bye-bye.